Alright, y'all. I am super excited to make this video. Um, Obviously, this isn't for everyone, so if you don't like Killer Klowns from Outer Space, I suggest you move on. Uh, Also, if you've never seen the movie, I suggest you watch it before I talk about it, because this is going to be a um, film character tier list as well as a movie review along the way. Uh, just to get a few things out front. Uh, if you have watched my other videos and my other content, you know this is by far my favorite horror movie of all time. I am big on low budget indie films, just the cheesy horror, and this is definitely uh, one that I truly love. Which just makes it so great that this year there's been Obsession and Backrooms, which, mind you, those are not cheesy films in my opinion, and the budgets on them are insanely low for the quality you're receiving. But I believe, had we not gotten a film such as this back in 1988, we wouldn't have the ability to have these lower budget films become such big hits. And this is a film that I feel took a while to blossom into the cult classic that it was. It's such a silly, crazy concept. The acting is terrible. But all that combined, I think the Kyoto brothers made something quite special and a lot of us can enjoy. So let's get into this tier list ranking, and I'll kind of just talk a little bit about each of the kills that happen with these characters, and try to throw in a few clips in between so you guys can see what I'm talking about. But I'm once again extremely excited to do this, and let's get into this tier list ranking. So starting out, we're just going to go in order along this list here. We have Spiky here first. Definitely one of the more well-known killer clowns. We're going to put him in killer clown contender. Obviously, this is completely my bias with this ranking, but he's definitely killer clown contender. He's known for having his balloon dog, his scent balloon dog or whatever, basically like a bloodhound, which is a really cool concept for him. But yeah, he's a killer clown contender for sure. Definitely main character energy in the movie, and just a great look as well. Next we have Jojo, or Clownzilla. I'm gonna put him in an average streetwalker. He has a special moment, obviously, in the big clown tent spaceship, right? He has this big grand reveal, and I love the fact that he is basically a big puppet. I believe they literally just made like a big puppet, which it's funny because they pretty much did the same thing for the Cyclops in the Odyssey. But he's just average streetwalker. He doesn't have a lot of screen time, and he isn't all that interesting to me. He's a giant killer clown from outer space. Yeah, it's super cool, but there's no real special wow factor. I know a lot of people might disagree with me on that, but he's going to be just average clown streetwalker. That's where I'm placing him. Officer Mooney, toilet clown. This guy, if you've seen the movie, pisses you off so much. He's the most annoying officer I've ever met, and honestly a terrible one at that, because if you cannot get context clues throughout this film, he never for once took like any type of clue that something was actually wrong, because his ego is just way too big. And of course there's the "you're not going to make a dummy out of me" line, which I will bring up again with Jumbo the Clown, that I'm so happy that happened to him, because he does not listen, and I'm happy he became a dummy, because he is a dummy. Moving on. I believe this is Daisy. It's either Daisy or Rosebud. You got Daisy and then Rosebud's over here. I'm actually gonna put her next to her just to keep them together. We're kind of just rank them together. I'm gonna put them also in average streetwalker, gonna do them both together because they're that combined force. Once again, very small clip, but a very comedic one. Um, of course, the scene with the Terenzi brothers following with them kind of like smooching all over them and stuff like that. Definitely a comedic, fun scene, but nothing too crazy. Just another small scene, but one that does matter. All right, we have Mike Tobacco. Now, Mike, he is a main character, yeah, for sure. But I'm putting him made a dummy out of me, and made a dummy out of me. He's another character that really gets on my nerves. He's just there's a lot of characters in this film that obviously that's the idea. You're dumbing them down. It's a dumb movie, but man, does he get annoying because he just doesn't listen or I don't know. I just don't like him at all. And honestly, Debbie really shouldn't be with him. I think Dave and him and her are a much better match. That they're the smarter of the two, and you just kind of have Mike here on the side. He doesn't even seem to care about Debbie half the film, and for that he made a dummy out of me because in the beginning you really think he's going to be this great brave boyfriend type character, and he slowly just seems to kind of melt away, and I don't know, he's just not that good of a character in my opinion. Now Debbie, on the other hand, I believe she's in Knock My Block Off. She is a great final girl main character energy. Love her in this film. She actually has a little bit of brains and is trying to survive throughout this film, and honestly has some of the best acting as well in this film. So for that, it's she's in Knock My Block Off. This rainbow-haired guy, I don't know who he is, don't remember who he is. He's going Toilet Clowns simply because I don't know who they are. Farmer Gene Green, I believe. Farmer Gene Green. I like him a lot. I really do. Any character that has a smaller role, but I like a lot, they're going to go into the average street walker role. Now, does he probably have the worst acting in the whole film? Absolutely. But his role is sweet, and I really wish what happened to him didn't happen to him. I believe his dog is Pooh Bear. He's just looking for his dog. And of course he just gets caught up in the wrong circus. But yeah, he's an average streetwalker, but I like his character a lot. Then we have Officer Dave Hansen, I believe his name is. He's a killer clown contender. He actually listens to Mike and Debbie when they say something is wrong, unlike this idiot right here. And not only that, these two have history, which makes for a much interesting character, and he actually cares, like I said. Unlike Mike just is kind of this bumbling idiot throughout the film. Dave has some common sense and is trying to figure this out. So, yeah, he's killer clown contender for sure. Alright, the Terenzi brothers. We know we gotta rank them together, and we know where they're going. They're going to Knock My Block Off. You need that dynamic, funny duo, and these two are ones that are allowed to be dumb and stupid. They are that comedic relief in the film. Their characters don't need to make sense. We don't need to know why they're driving an ice cream truck late at night, still trying to sell ice cream. Who cares? It's funny. They're just the two bumbling dumb and dumber idiots that can have that excuse. Mike cannot, but it also makes sense why he is friends with them, because he definitely gives off their energy. Except they're allowed to have that energy. All right, we got Jumbo. He's gonna go in Killer Clown Contender. He definitely gives off main character energy for the Killer Clowns, but I'm just not a fan of him. Uh, he has the motioning finger thing he does with the little girl, as well as the, of course, iconic "You're not gonna make a dummy out of me" scene with Officer Mooney. Um, but he doesn't knock my block off. He doesn't blow me off my feet. He's honestly definitely the creepiest of the clowns as well. But there's not anything that I'm just really like wow about. But he's definitely a killer clown contender. He belongs with the main characters up here. He's just not my favorite. Toilet Clown. While I have this ranking labeled Toilet Clown, I don't believe the Toilet Clowns are Toilet Clowns. They're more so just made a dummy out of me. They're kind of gimmicky, but they're not terrible. Like, I think they're funny. There's a lot that's unexplained with the Toilet Clown situation. Like, obviously, we see popcorn on the ground. That's what makes them, I mean, I guess that's like the clown eggs. Like, I more so just have more questions. Like, do all the killer clowns look like this at the start? Or is this just a side breed of clowns that hatch from popcorn? I more so just have more questions about it, and it's kind of at the moment it's more on the surface a gimmicky thing that's fun for the moment, but made a dummy out of me. That's where it sits. This guy, I believe his name is Frank. I honestly don't remember him in the film, but I know his name is Frank, and they also make a pop figure of him. But I have no idea where, like, I just don't know much about him. So, for that reason, Toilet Clown, only because I don't know that much about him. See, now, I always assumed these two are the same. Like, I know this is Rudy. This guy starts with an M, and he's the cover art. We're gonna put him in made a dummy out of me just because he is on the cover of the movie. Can't put him in Toilet Clown because he does have some substance to him that we know about. But I forget. I want to say it's like Magnum Norris or something like that. I can't remember how you pronounce his name. But to me, he's just Rudy's twin. But we're putting in made a dummy out of me. All right. We are getting to the heavy hitters here at the end. Shorty, I mean, come on, the name explains itself. What are you gonna do, knock my block off? Heck yeah, he is. He knocked my block off. When you're watching this film for the first time, and it's always the case where it's the one you least expect to be the biggest hitter, and literally in this case, Shorty is. The knock my block off scene is one of the most iconic parts of this film. Literally punching a biker's head off. Just an awesome scene, and definitely one of the main character clowns in this film. So Shorty's going and knock my block off. Another clown I don't know the name of, so he's going down here as well. Unfortunately, sorry if anyone are fans of these guys. Rudy. Rudy is a killer clown contender. While I believe, had he actually been like the mascot front of the film, and I believe he has a great part in this film, in the drugstore when he's just fumbling through, looking at all the random stuff. Just he's more of he's not so like worried about harvesting people in cotton candy cocoons. He's just exploring Earth. He's trying to see what's up and Earth, and I love that. But because he doesn't really have any iconic kill scenes, I can't put him and knock my block off. But he's a killer clown contender. He's got a lot of screen time and has a cool look, as well as he's the clown that sports the popcorn gun. So I guess you could say that almost counts as a kill scene because he's the one that basically spreads the toilet clowns around. But yeah, he's a killer clown contender. Slim, knock my block off. He, personal bias, is my favorite killer clown from outer space. He is the one I dressed up for as Halloween. I have his pop figure. I also have Rudy's pop figure. I mean, I have most of these clowns pop figures. He has a few iconic cool parts, I think. Of course, the invisible car. Great one. Love that. He's seen sporting that, as well as the T-Rex shadow puppet, which he's doing in this image right here. And eats the people with the shadow puppet. Another awesome scene. And then you see him jumping 40 feet onto the roof. There's just a lot of cool scenes you get with Slim. And for that, he's got to go and knock my block off. I believe you also see him sporting the cotton candy gun as well. And he's the one that puts Debbie in the balloon. So, it has to go and knock my block off. Alright. We have... There's Fatso, and I'm blanking on... I believe this is Fatso, I think. No. This is Fatso. Fatso... He's got to go in Killer Clown Contender because he's up there with the others. Like he has that screen time. You got to give it to him. But there's not much about him that I could really say. So Fatso's going there. And I also forgot to mention, just now remembering, Spikey does have a pretty decent kill scene aside from the balloon dog, which is the puppet show. We cannot forget about the puppet show. That's a cool iconic scene from the film, but I still think he sits in Killer Clown Contender. I am blanking on this one. It's another fat sounding name. There's Fatso, and then there's... You got to excuse me, I can't remember. I'll probably find his name and put it in here after the fact. But we're going to put him in Average Streetwalker. Has a cool look, but just not enough substance to really make him a contender or anything of that nature. Lastly, we have Bibbo. Bibbo is... This is honestly, believe it or not, the toughest. I have him as a pop figure. He has one iconic cool scene, maybe two. The coolest is the pizza delivery. He's holding the pizza boxes, and a shorty jumps out of the pizza boxes and shoots a girl with a cotton candy gun. See, I forgot about that. That's another cool scene with him. But he's more of an assist than that. He's not really the one doing it. And for that, he's got to go an Average Streetwalker. But he's still... This is still good tier. This is B tier, essentially. So, nothing wrong with that whatsoever. Well, guys, that is going to do it for this slight Killer Klowns review / ranking. I hope you all enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun making it. But I will see you all in the next video. Let me know what y'all want to see next. Bye, guys.